Hello, YouTubers. I got a letter in the mail today. I just have to read this. This is so sweet. And I'll post it as soon as I finish filming. It says, Dear Mrs. Wright, I am a ham from Michigan that has been helping at Baker to Vegas since 2015, except during my... I happened to do a YouTube search on race stuff after the race, and your cool video SOS came up. I was so moved. I wanted to send you a welcome to the madhouse. I wanted to ask you how you liked it and send you an old Michigan police patch as a welcome gift. This department is defunct. They were absorbed by the sheriff's department in 1976, so it's rare. Anyway, I just wanted to say hi. Mike Starr, call sign KF5INT 73s. For anyone that doesn't know, when I signed off 73 at the city council meeting, that is a greeting of farewell and well wishes that ham radio operators give to each other. And this is from Michael Starr. And his address shows he lives in Flint, Michigan. And Michael, I just want to say thank you so much. I'm choking back tears right now. Very often a YouTuber, especially a new one, doesn't get very much feedback. And this is just so precious to me. So to answer your question, how I liked the Baker to Vegas run, it was our first time helping out. My husband and I both served. We represented our local police department, and we're part of their races group. But because sometimes I'm so opinionated at the podium, I've been specifically advised and requested to not mention the name of the group that I am in. And I will honor that. I will just say that it is a local law enforcement races volunteer group, and I'm very proud to be a member. I just choose to not alienate our group by saying which group it is, because I am opinionated at the podium and I don't want that to reflect on any of the groups I volunteer with. I volunteer with a lot of groups in a lot of areas, so don't think you know who it is. And there you go for that. But to be quite frank, I got to do leg 11 to 14. My husband got to do leg 15 through 17. I was to meet him at stage 18. And I was able to find all the stages going along. It got dark by the time my portion had finished. So I could see these huge lit up light beacons that they have in a big row of porta potties off to the side of the road, which is a definite clue that, okay, that's one of the stages. And as you approach, you see like the mile marker. And then as you approach closer, it says the stage number. So I was an old hand at recognizing when I was getting close to the stages and which one I was at. So I figured no problem finding 18. That was where my husband and I had agreed to meet up after we had each done our portion of the job. Except it took me easily an hour driving around in circles, unable to find stage 18 to save my life. I stopped and I asked an officer with the state patrol. He had his lights and stuff, his light bar lit up to help, with the traffic control. He said he had no idea where stage 18 was going to be. He said in the past, you just continue down the road and you make a left on Fort Apache, and then there's signs and clues as you go along. Well, currently in that area, they had it all blocked off with cones for construction. So there was no turning left on Fort Apache. So then I spoke with another officer who said, oh, just go ahead, never mind Fort Apache because of the construction. Keep going, and at the next light at El Capitan, make a left. So I tried that, and it did not lead me to anything that looked like a racing stage. So I found at the end of one street down there were two police vehicles, and they were from a different agency, and they had their light bars lit up, and they were controlling traffic. And I asked them, hey, can you tell me where to find stage 18? And neither of them knew either. And they gave me directions to follow and guess, well, maybe if you go here and go that way, go this way, go that way. Long story short, eventually we were in a spot where the radios weren't working, but the cell phones were. And so my husband called me on the cell phone and I arranged to pick him up. It turned out that I had driven past the stage 18 probably 7 or 8 times without knowing it. It was in the 7-Eleven parking lot behind the 7-Eleven. So it's funny as can be after the fact. You know these adventures where in real time you're spewing and spitting nails and thinking, what in the world? Who's running this popsicle stand? But after the fact, after everything's all fine and dandy, it was a great time, and I laugh about it now. It was funny. It was funny. It really was funny. And it was a blast. For anyone that doesn't know, the reason why ham radio operators are so helpful there is because there's spots where cell phone service is just sketchy and non-existent. And hysterically, when my husband finally did call me and tell me where to find him, the radios weren't actually functioning, but the cell phones were. So communication is bliss. It's one of the most important talents we have in this world. And it's great to meet a fellow ham. And Michael, I appreciate this gift more than I can tell. Thank you so much. 73.